Mister, I'm grown. Leave me alone. I hate that one so much. So, you want to know how to be a good substitute teacher, huh? Well, I'm going to tell you. Welcome back to Capo TV, and welcome to the first video in the series all about substitute teaching. This video is for anyone who wants to be or currently is a substitute teacher, and it should also be entertaining for the students as well, since you're all the ones who have to deal with these stupid subs on a daily basis. So, listen up, my fellow substitutes. If you want to be good, follow my advice. My first piece of advice on how to be a good substitute teacher is to expect that 50% or more, probably a lot more, of the students are not going to do a damn thing on the assignment that the teacher left. There's no reason for you to stress over it. There's no reason for you to get angry about it. Just get along with your day. If the students aren't injuring each other, destroying school or personal property,
this game won't know!
Or starting fires in the trash can, then I'd say you're having a pretty good day. I mean, you've really got to maintain order as much as you can, but you can't force someone to do work they don't want to do, unless your name is Hitler. Next, you've got to accept the fact that there are going to be some jackass kids in every class that don't want to cooperate with anything that you do or say. This can range from the typical, "Our regular teacher does this" comment to, "Mister, I'm grown. Leave me alone." I hate that one so much. Especially when you're telling them to stop eating the hand sanitizer and they say, "I'm grown." Like, no, you're not grown if you're eating hand sanitizer. If anything, you're going to get ungrown because it's going to cause brain damage and you'll be forever stuck in an 8-year-old mentality. So, you just have to accept it. Like I said, as long as they're not hurting each other or breaking stuff or starting fires, you just maintain order, roll with the punches, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Third, I think in order to be a good substitute, you have to understand that most students would rather be anywhere else besides the prison that they call school. Don't take it personally when they complain about the assignment, they complain about the regular teacher, they complain about you. They're not complaining about those things. What they're really complaining about is the fact that they're being forced to do something they would rather not do. There's no reason for you to get mad and to threaten these students with whatever you want to threaten them with. That just makes you look foolish and desperate and gets the whole class against you. Remember, there are 25 of them and only one of you. This fourth tip I see violated every day. Don't make empty threats against students. If you want to be a good substitute, you can't make idle threats. For example, you can't threaten to write a student up for not doing his assignment. What is that really going to accomplish? Besides, how are you going to explain that on a piece of paper? If a student's not doing his or her work while you're there, chances are he doesn't do it when the regular teacher's there either. You're wasting your time. Another example, don't say you're going to call security over whatever's going on if you're not really going to call security about it. Have you ever heard of the story of the boy who cried wolf? If you say something over and over and over again and it's never actually true, then eventually people will stop believing you and you're going to get a reputation as that one crazy substitute who always says you're going to do all these wonderful, fantastic things, but you never do them. That's not a good way to be a good substitute. And finally, my last piece of advice on how to be a good substitute teacher, talk to the students. Students respond better if you treat them like human beings instead of animals. Go figure. I often hear students complain about that one weird sub who just hands out the work and then sits at the desk and doesn't say a word for the rest of the class. It's just strange. What they do hear from the sub is occasional yelling when a student decides to do backflips or something. That's no fun for anyone, just to get yelled at. But teaching and substitute teaching is a social thing. You need to talk to the people that you're working with, right? In any other job, you wouldn't just show up, keep your mouth shut, and not interact with anyone around you, would you? At least get to know the students that you see on a regular basis. They could be your greatest allies in this whole crazy mixed up world of substitute teaching. I think that about wraps it up on how to be a good substitute teacher. If you've got any more tips on how to be a good sub, leave me a comment down below. And make sure you come back to this channel next Tuesday for the next video in this series, Why I Hate Write-Ups as a Substitute Teacher. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that before you go. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye. It's taking 17 minutes, Jesus. And finally,